Hi, it's Bernina and Jeff at High Fashion Sewing Machines. We are going to do the IQ Designer Club today for the month of December 2020. And I'm going to show you how you can go to the internet and download a clip art or some sort of an item that you want to bring in. Today we're going to do the logo of the City of Grand Junction and show you how you can take that off of the internet, put it onto a USB stick. Well, I'm not going to show you that part. But take the USB stick, put it in your Solaris or Destiny, and stitch it out. And if it stitches out, great, fine. If you need to do some editing for it, we're going to show you some of the editing features that are built into the program. So I know a lot of you, this is what you want to do. You have a husband, a son, or somebody that has a little logo and they want to get it onto their shirts, then or something. Hats are a little harder on a machine like a single needle machine, but it can be done. But I would still recommend trying out a shirt or a towel first. So here's how we're going to do it. You are going to go to the internet, whatever browser you have on your computer, and type in a search in your browser and type in whatever you're looking for, like sewing notion, clip art, images. So it will come out about 2 or 3 of your search options down. It'll be a whole bar full of images. So you select on the image you want and pick a JPEG or a bmp file. That's what this machine reads the best, and put it on a USB stick. So if you just put it on a small USB stick, your sewing machines will not function really well with giant USB sticks. So I recommend a 4 megabyte or less USB stick for your sewing machines. They perform better that way. I sell them here 2 megabytes for $7 or $8. You can go on eBay and buy them too. So I will load it down here in a JPEG or a BMP file, and then I'll just put it into the top USB port. That's the faster of the ports on the Destiny. I don't think it matters on the Solaris. So once it's in that port, now we can access it for IQ Designer. So we're going to go to Home, and we're going to hit IQ Designer. Next, we're going to go up on the Solaris and touch this image key, and I'm going to bring in an illustration design. You can go scan or line design, but this is more of an illustration design. And we have choices. It could be a memory in the machine. There's my USB, or you could actually get it from the wireless. So I'm going to delete the wireless. I accidentally touched that. So I'm going to use the USB port where I put the stick in. And I have a whole bunch of stuff on the stick. So I'm going to go down the stick, and I have my logo for a mask, different things. So I'm going to look for the one that says City of Grand Junction. And where is it? Here it is. City of Grand Junction JPEG logo. And you have to have this at a specific size. If it's too many pixels, it'll say it can't use it. So 2 megabytes or something like that is what the manual says. So access your manual for the largest size it can handle. I found that photos don't really do real well, so clip art's better. So I'm going to touch the City of Grand Junction logo, and there it is, the City of Grand Junction, Colorado. That's its logo. So I'm going to hit set. That's the one I want. And if I wanted to, I'm going to make this a little smaller so I'm not having the machine look at the edges here. So I'm cropping it in just a little bit. And I experiment already. If I use 10 colors, extra colors come in here. So I tried 2 colors and I lost some of the images. So I know that 3 colors works great on this one. You have to experiment with this. This is a program that actually reads the file, and every file that is down has a different amount of pixels and different amount of quality, so you have to experiment a little bit. So 3 colors was a good one on this one. I'm going to let it sit here and think. It's actually going to turn this into vector artwork so the sewing machine can see it. So it looks pretty good right now. And you have the choice of line and such here. So I think I need to set it at this point because I want no background. But if I look, I'm going to bring this all the way up to 800% to kind of view what I've got. So it's still pixelated. Oh, I needed to hit my pan. I better do undo because undo is my friend. You have to hit that hand so it actually moves. And see how this R isn't open and neither is the A, but everything else is perfect. So I am going to turn on my eraser. And the eraser default size is 20 millimeters. If I use the 20 millimeter and the square and I touch there, it just erased way more than I wanted. So I'm going to hit undo. It's my friend. I hit my eraser again, and I'm going to make this size about 9 or 10. I'm going to go to 9. Hit my eraser again, and I'm going to touch right in the middle and try to erase the middle. That's not exactly the middle, so I'm going to do the eraser. I'm going to make it 8. There we go. That is going to stitch out fine for me. And now I need to erase the middle of the A. I'm going to go down to a 6 and use the circle, touch right in the middle of the A. And that's not quite right. So I go back to the eraser. It's kind of a guess, so you got to keep trying.
Unless you have a mouse.
Yeah, we should have put the mouse on. Okay, that'll work for me. So I'm okay there. Now, unless I want to change anything else, I'm going to hit next. But before I hit next, I'm going to put it in a memory because if something doesn't stitch out right, I don't want to have to go through the whole process of what I just did. So I'm going to hit memory, and I can put it to the sewing machine memory, or at this point my stick is still in there. I could put it in the stick memory. So I'm going to put it in the sewing machine memory. It's quicker to access it. Now I'm going to hit next. And next it says it's thinking, and I'm just going to leave it to all the auto stitch options here. You can change your densities, you can change your directions it stitches and stuff. And we're going to just proceed through and see what it looks like when we get into the embroidery mode. Right now it's warning us that it's going to convert it. We already saved it earlier, so I'm okay to not save it at this point. Well, look what it did. It added a white in there I couldn't tell. So I'm going to see what the blue's going to stitch out like. So here's the blue, and that does city and of and Colorado. Now if I do the white, you really can't see it, but it's filling in the middle of some of these letters. So here's my workaround. And when I hit green, it gives me the perfect font of the city of Grand Junction. So my workaround is when I'm stitching this out, I am just going to skip right past white and only stitch the blue and the green, and I'll have a perfect logo. We stitched one out, stitching the white part. See where the white filled in here and here, but we stitched it all in one color, which was our bad. But this particular one didn't have the eye on the city. The next time we brought it in the eye. So my mantra, if you've never heard any of my videos, is there's two kinds of embroiderers. There's ones that sew a sample and the ones that wish they did. So always sew a sample out on a fabric and stabilizer that's going to simulate what you're going to put your embroidery on in the final project. Don't start on a $50 shirt. Put it on a piece of scrap. You know, even go into the old t-shirts, try a t-shirt and proper stabilizing. But this is a great way to bring in a logo. Don't be breaking copyright rules. Don't be taking Mickey Mouse items and doing this because the lawyers will be knocking on your door. So be careful on what you are bringing in to digitize and stitch out. So hopefully this will get you another way to bring in designs right from the internet onto a USB stick. Use your computer to put them on there. I'm not sure if you can bring them in on your phone and just bring them in through your Wi-Fi. I think on the Solaris you can. But this is a way you can do it on your Destiny, your Meridian, your Solaris, anything that has a USB capability. So thank you very much. Remember to subscribe. That's very important. And if you have questions, contact me at jpvlefty@aol.com. And thanks again. Bye.